If you live in the beautiful state of North Carolina and you're an immigrant, maybe you are aware that the House Bill 10 will become a law on December 1st. Does that mean this is the beginning for mass deportation? Let's check it out. Hello, everybody. My name is Gabo. I'm your host for Towel Global Podcast, and we're going to talk about immigration. Well, we're going to touch first on a different aspect of the House Bill 10 that was recently approved by the Senate on Wednesday, November 20th, 2024. This House Bill is suggesting two key aspects. One is focused on education. The other one is on immigration. Let's begin with the education side. So what this is suggesting, what the law is about, is that if you are a parent and you have a kid enrolled in a school that you don't like, you are going to be able to ask for an educational voucher so your kid goes to a private institution, right? This has been a concern, especially for two aspects. One is that all the public schools, they depend on the number of kids. I mean, every single educational institution depends on the number of enrollments. Now, they are going to expect a drop on the number of enrollments, which is going to affect the finances of the public schools, hence potentially teachers and a series of other aspects, right? The other part is the lack of oversight on private institutions using public funding. And, the last bit of this is a personal point of view. Private education does not mean better education. With that, let's move to the immigration side. This is going to hit a little bit hard. Well, it's going to hit very hard to many immigrants, in particular, those ones who are here without documents, right? This soon law on December 1st is going to require sheriffs to participate, collaborate, and help ICE in terms of immigration. Now, this may not be as bad as it sounds, right? But we gotta be aware of two key aspects. The first one is that this law applies only when the person is in jail. So this law is targeting someone who is suspect of committing a crime, right? If you haven't done anything bad or you haven't, participated in a crime after you move to the States, technically you shouldn't be concerned about this. But here's the other problem. This particular law, has a lot of gray areas, as many other laws. And the thing here is, some institutions have a concern that this will become a racial prosecution. And it may open the door for, racism and targeted, potentially traffic stops, for example. But even on that scenario, if you are driving and a cop stops you, they don't really have the authority to ask you for your legal status unless you are a suspect of committing a crime. That is a gray area. Who defines what a suspect is? That is totally to the criteria or the call of the cop. And, that's going to depend on the person who is stopping you. If you are an immigrant and you are concerned about this, the best advice is get closer to the groups that support your local community. There are several nonprofits supporting the Latino and in general all the immigrants. Get their advice, get more information, do your research, don't panic, please. Stay calm, and if this information is valuable for you, if you have a friend who is an immigrant, share this with them. And I appreciate you being here. I'm your host, Gabo. This was Towel Global. Don't forget to follow us on social media. We are everywhere. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcast. We're on Instagram. So leave us a comment and stay tuned because we are going to talk about immigration through the eyes of an immigrant. Thank you and see you next time. The Art of Listening Podcast.